Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman, baby. Baby, I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman, baby. Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Listen, baby, I'm still icy. Heart don't work cause my ex so shicey. Listen, baby, I'm still icy. Heart don't work cause my ex so shicey. Listen, baby, I'm still icy. Heart don't work cause my ex so shicey. Listen, baby, I'm still icy. Heart don't work cause my ex so shicey. Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Yo, 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 yo. This is your boy Post. You're now tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. So today, as you can see on the screen, super diabolical out here. A lot of things going on. The lead story today is going to be Philly daycare worker drags 6-year-old like a Raggedy Ann doll. So, Super Chucky North Philly daycare director is now going to be charged. I don't know what she's going to be charged with, but we got the footage. You can see it on the screen of her dragging a 6-year-old girl across the floor. Now, this lady's lawyer is trying to justify it, but I don't know how she's going to justify this one. So this lady's lawyer is actually trying to, I don't know how you could justify this one. Now, let's look at what's actually going on. Slide over. So let's look at what's actually going on here and what happened. Now, this is in Philadelphia. I am in Philadelphia. Much as I hate to report on my own people, this lady is Chucky. You know what I'm saying? This lady is Chucky's child's play right here. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna put this back up on the screen. This lady even looks like Chucky. Look at the resemblance between this lady and Chucky. Chuckita. No banana. Pause. This lady is Chuckita. Not Chucky, Chuckita. No banana. Super triple pause. You know what I'm saying? So we could call this lady Chiquita. This lady is going to jail. Now I don't know how much time she's going to get or whatever, but all you got to remember is kids got phones. Because listen, you know that another kid actually filmed this. So I don't know why y'all still try to think y'all gonna get away with stuff, but let's play this video. But this lady, I mean, I don't even gotta hit play. This lady is definitely the bride of Chucky or Chuckita, whatever you want to call her.
Charges tonight against a daycare director.
Damn.
Police say she assaulted a 6-year-old child. and was even caught on camera dragging the youngster across the floor. The child claims the woman also repeatedly beat her.
Damn. I mean, do I need to play anymore? So I'm gonna play the little nuances in the report, but now before I play anymore, she dragged a 6-year-old child. Let me go back. I'm gonna just tell you, we got Rick the legend on the screen, but listen, this lady dragged a 6-year-old child. Then now this is the daycare is called Rainbows. Now, for starters, I'm not taking my daughter to a daycare called Rainbows, and it's chicks looking like this in there. I'm gonna put it back on the screen. Chicks looking like this in there. You got your daughter in a daycare called Rainbows. You know what I'm saying? For starters, right? You got to pay attention when you got kids, right? I don't have kids, right? But you got to pay attention. If I had kids, I would pay attention to every little detail about the daycare center, the name of it, who's actually working there. I mean, look, this lady looks like Chucky. You want this lady, so you got your little daughter. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like these Philly kids aren't bad. So I'm not going to sit here and act like y'all all got good kids. You know what I mean? But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. They got the footage of you dragging. I actually should have put Voorhees. This lady is Jason. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I put Chucky up there. She's dragging this child across the floor like Jason. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know that this kid said something to this lady, but it doesn't matter because it's still a child.
Dragging the youngster across the floor.
Damn.
The child claims the woman also repeatedly beat her.
She's not
It is
lying.
Monday night, and the big story on Action News is an Action News exclusive. A North Philadelphia daycare director arrested for continuously abusing and beating a child in her care. And tonight, the victim's mother is speaking out. Action News reporter Brianna Smith has been following the story, and she's live outside of Philadelphia Police Headquarters with the disturbing allegations. Brianna.
Rick, the mother says she trusted the daycare director with her children for more than a decade, and she thought her 6-year-old daughter was in good hands until she saw that video. Meanwhile, the director's lawyer says her reputation is impeccable.
Yeah, okay.
When I saw the video, it was very disturbing.
This video was sent to Diamond Murray, and it's part of a police investigation. Murray says it shows her 6-year-old daughter being dragged across the floor by the director of Rainbow Daycare and Learning Center in North Philadelphia on August 6th.
Multiple videos just became coming to my phone from different parents. So a lot of children recorded this.
Philadelphia police arrested the director, 50-year-old Nakia Bartley.
Yo, look at this lady. Well, I showed y'all her on the screen. So
children recorded this.
Philadelphia police arrested the director, 50-year-old Nakia Bartley. She was charged with aggravated assault, recklessly endangering another person, and other offenses. Murray says the incident occurred after Bartley asked her daughter to sit down.
She said I was standing by the table and I wasn't bothering anybody. And then she just pushed me down to the ground and she punched me. And then she dragged me and threw me in the bathroom. And then she just kept hitting me. When she closed the door, she just kept hitting me.
Action News went to the daycare on West Huntington Street twice, but it was closed. Bartley's lawyer, Lonnie Fish, said in a statement, quote, Nakia is 50 years old with an impeccable reputation and no criminal history.
Yo, this lawyer right here, now let me tell you something. I'm gonna pause this right here. This lawyer right here, somebody needs, I can't even say it. This lawyer right here, lawyers like this don't need to be lawyers, right? We got the video, you got the whole video of this lady dragging a little girl across the floor, right? Now, there's nothing else to talk about. She has an impeccable record and all this, that, and the third. unfortunately, this lady, she let her personal life literally drag out into the public. You know what I mean? She took it out on a kid. Now, I'm no fool. I know that this kid said something to this lady. Yo, what do you think the kid said to this lady to make this lady snap? But it don't matter. It's a 6-year-old kid. Listen, it's not even one of these bad teens that are like 15, 16, and they almost grown and they got a crazy smart mouth. It's like a 6-year-old little baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Now she probably got a little smart mouth, but the way this lady's dragging her, you gotta know that you're working with kids, all type of kids. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing that this girl could say for you to drag her like that. By the time it got this bad, you gotta call the mom. So this lady should go to jail.
I am currently conducting my investigation, which already is predominantly proving her innocence at every rock that I turn over.
Yeah, okay.
We look forward to how this will unfold in court.
Yeah,
I've known this woman for years. I never thought that this would happen like this.
Murray took her child to the hospital where she was treated.
Now, this is the nuance for all of y'all that I don't know how many of y'all would be caping for this lady. You come home. I'm gonna freeze this right here. This is very important. You come home. So you send your kid to daycare with this lady that looks like Chucky. I'm gonna put it back on the screen, right? I mean, she looked just like Chucky, the same facial features and everything, right? So you send your kid to this daycare with Chucky's adults play, right? And she comes home with the inside of her mouth looking like this. This is the inside of the kid's mouth. This is disgusting to even show. I'm gonna keep it I can't even say what I would do if I come home, if I send my 6-year-old little baby girl to the daycare and she come home with the inside of her mouth looking like that. I can't even say what I would do. You know what I mean? But this is too much evidence. This lady is definitely going to jail. The inside of they got you on camera dragging the girl. The little girl said you was dragging her. First of all, if I was a lawyer, the little girl said that you did all of this, right? Then took you to the doctor. We got medical records saying you did it, and we got you on video doing it. You're going to get charged for assault of a minor. The daycare is definitely going to be closed. Just off the video, the daycare is done. The daycare is done. You know what I'm saying? The daycare is done, son.
Treated for this cut in her mouth and a loosened tooth.
It's just been like traumatic since
Damn, and she had a loose tooth.
then.
Murray says this situation could have been prevented.
You could have said, I can't deal with her today. She's too much. I'm stressed out. Whatever the situation is, can you come and get her?
Murray says it will take time.
So listen, she said what I just said, right? If it gets to this, you call the parents like, hey, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't deal with her.
For her daughter to heal, but she hopes it won't happen.
She keeps getting smart. She keeps getting smart. Come get her. So if you're a daycare owner, first of all, if you can't handle kids with behavior, you know kids are going to have behavior problems. And also the parents should be on, you should be available for this lady to call you, knowing your kids are bad too. But this is like above and beyond. This lady is going to jail. You know what I mean? And these are my Philly people, but her ass is going to jail. Can't nobody defend you when you do something dumb like that.
Anyone else?
It's not fair. These babies don't deserve that.
And remember, she's 6, right? Even if, let me put it back, even if this was like a little bad teenager, you can't do this. It's still a minor. 6? That's first grade. So remember, 6 years old is first grade. If I'm not mistaken, 6 years old is like first grade. So you definitely can't do this. Now, this is what I want y'all to do. You're watching this. If like I said, you just tuned in to Hood Action News live, fresh out of Philadelphia. This happened in Philadelphia. Now, this daycare worker on the screen, like I said, is not Chucky. Her name is Chuckita. Her name is now Chuckita, right? Like I said, I should have put Jason on the screen. How would you? I'm going to say that kids should keep recording stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if this was back in the day and all the kids didn't have the phones to actually show this? So, as long as they're doing what they shouldn't mind getting recorded, as long as they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Some people, I even see some people doing TikToks. Like I see some teachers doing TikToks with the kids or whatever like that. Positive activities and stuff like that. But if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you won't get recorded. But obviously, this lady is super old school. Now, I'm not going to even lie to you. I see some stuff at daycares. That now I'm talking about when I was in the daycare when I was a kid. We seen some stuff back in the day too. But this, what she did is top level. Because we see some kids, listen, back in the day, we see some kids get hit with wiffle baseball bats. I don't want to put the lady out there. I don't even know if this lady's still living. But the daycare I used to go to when I was a little kid, I walked a straight line because she pulled out that wiffle baseball bat. And listen, everybody who grew up with me, y'all know, if you watching this, you know who I'm talking about. She had the wiffle baseball bat, beating kids with it. So listen, the daycare I used to go to, she had the wiffle baseball bat, picking little kids up. Boom. But I don't know how hard she would hit them. But you know what I mean? If you're going to beat the kids, they shouldn't be in there, right? That's a hard business. I would never want my wife, and I would never do a daycare. Never. It's too much liability. You know, y'all think it's cute, and to somebody, it's too much liability. But 100%, this lady's going to jail. You can't, and it was like extreme too. It wasn't like, ain't like she just socked her. She just went Chucky on her. She really went Jason on her. She dragged her and all of that, but she definitely looked like Chucky. You know what I'm saying? Chuckita. But leave a comment. I want to know what y'all think. But this lady went Chiquita on us. You know what I'm saying? She went super Chiquita. No banana. Now I'm gonna follow up on that story because that lady's definitely gonna be charged. Ain't no doubt about it. Supercharged. She's gonna be supercharged, no V8. You know what I'm saying? Now, speaking of supercharged, let's go over to, let me see something. So let's go over to Michigan. Now, in doing all of these reports, I can't seem to stay away from Walmart's, Target's, Costco's. Something always happens in Walmart's, Target's, Costco's, you name it. So let's see what's going on here. So this is chilling surveillance shows stabbing spree in Michigan Walmart. Yo, it's just like it's like too diabolical. So a stabbing spree in the Michigan Walmart. And before I play that, so before my man says extraordinary. Listen, now I was talking about Chucky. He says extraordinary. You know what I'm saying? Because these are all axe murderers. So KV Opinions vlog says extraordinary. Yeah, she's definitely extraordinary, and she's going to be extraordinarily going to jail. Now Steve says she's a Chiquita banana beast. She's the Chiquita banana beast. Yes, she is. State Puff Marshmallow Lady. And they're talking about the last case. Now, let's find out. Now, my man I'm gonna put this back up because my man didn't know that this was coming back up next. My man said he said extraordinary, like an axe. For all y'all, you might be a little slow out there, like extraordinary, because everybody I'm talking about are super axe murderers. So some super axe murderers out here. Extraordinary, right? So let's see what happened here in the second case.
Sneaks up on his first victim, the woman in black. He appears to throw her to the ground, then chase another customer. Authorities say it was just the start of last month's stabbing spree at a Michigan Walmart. The 360-degree video paused and rotated by authorities in Traverse City. The next target, this man in blue. The suspect, identified as 42-year-old Bradford Gilly, then appears to jab his right hand at that man in the jacket who goes flying. Moments later, you see Gilly run left into the pharmacy before appearing to stab someone in frozen foods. This man attacked by a display of cherries. In an exclusive interview with NBC News, victim Aaron Bedeau says he was shopping with his wife and 4 kids when he was attacked.
I thought I was being punched. And after the third one, I noticed that, okay, this isn't a punch. I'm being stabbed.
As a dad, as you're being stabbed, are you just thinking about your kids there?
Crazy.
Really, the only thing that was on my mind when I was being stabbed, it's like, is my wife safe and are my kids safe?
Yo, let me run this back. This is crazy, yo. The only thing running through my mind is, yo, I'm taking my gun everywhere. That's the only thing. That's the first thing that's running through my mind. So listen, when my man says extraordinary, this dude was definitely extraordinary. So the first thing that runs through my mind, I got a legal license to carry. I'm taking my gun everywhere. Remember the commercial, My Buddy? I'm not going to even lie to you. I got a license to carry legally. Whatever I say is talking about legally. But listen, after seeing this right here, remember the commercial, My Buddy and me. Wherever I go, you're gonna go, my buddy and me. I'm taking after watching this, I got my gun everywhere anyway, but after watching this, what do you do? You going out to your little local restaurant and stuff like that, or your local supermarket. Like, listen, today I took my grandma to the supermarket today to buy water. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a scary situation when you take your grandma out or your mom to the market and you got to look around to see if it's like random fools doing stuff. You know what I mean? More than ever. But this is wild. I'm going to play this again. My man just went on a stabbing spree like nobody. Yo, when I do these videos, let me ask you a question. What are some red flags of just people like this, right? Is it the military book bag? All of these people that do stuff like this got a certain look. They always look dusty. I'm going to be honest with you. All of these people that do this, it's always a dusty, super dusty ass looking person, right? What are some red flags? What are some red flags to identify somebody that's about to do something like this, right?
Video paused and rotated by authorities
Now
in
look,
Traverse City.
he got the super military book bag, look like he's camping out homeless. He got, I don't know what kind of hat he got on, but look, this dude don't even know he about to get stabbed. This is crazy.
The next target, this man in blue. The suspect, identified as 42-year-old Bradford Gilly, then appears to jab his right hand at that man in the jacket who goes flying. Moments later, you see Gilly run left into the pharmacy before appearing to stab someone in frozen foods. This man
Damn.
attacked by a display of cherries. In an exclusive interview with NBC News, victim Aaron Bedeau says he was shopping with his wife and 4 kids when he was attacked.
I thought I was being punched. And after the third one, I noticed that, okay, this isn't a punch. I'm being stabbed.
As a dad, as you're being stabbed, are you just thinking about your kids there?
Really, the only thing that was on my mind when I was being stabbed is like, is my wife safe and are my kids safe? And I knew that I was shielding them.
Gilly, moments later, seen running to the parking lot, attacking this woman from behind.
Damn.
Cell phone video later captured a crowd corralling Gilly until authorities came. Investigators say all 11 victims survived. Gillies pleaded not guilty to assault and terrorism charges. Court records show he has a history of mental.
Now,
all 11 victims survived.
This happened maybe a couple weeks ago or something, but they're just releasing this video. Yo, this is, man.
Running to the parking lot, attacking this woman from behind.
Damn.
Cell phone video later captured a crowd corralling Gilly until authorities came. Investigators say all 11 victims survived.
See,
Gillies
look,
pleaded not.
I'm gonna show you something.
This woman from
Let me show y'all
behind.
something.
Cell phone video later captured a crowd corralling Gilly until
See the dude.
authorities came.
y'all
Investigators say
something.
all.
As much as y'all, I'm gonna show you. Now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something. Now I'm gonna give you a little lesson. If I got any white viewers watching, right? I'm gonna give you a little prerequisite, right? If you see 10 times out of 10, right? If you see a black dude over 35, right? And he got his gun on him, right? He's just see the brother with the dreads. The brother with the dreads is pointing his gun at this dude, right? When we, as black men, black working class men that go to work, we are used to people always trying to take our stuff. So I'm gonna repeat that again. Black working class men we're always used to people trying to take our stuff. So we're always ready for situations like this. Now, do we save the day always? No, I'm not saying like that. But if you see a regular black dude, right? Got on dreads. I believe this brother's got glasses. He got on the cargo shorts. Looked like he probably earned them before he left the house. This is just a working class black dude going to Walmart. 10 times out of 10, when somebody crazy does something, this person is going to be strapped. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's a lot of white dudes strapped too when you go in these counties, right? Because they wear their guns actually on them and they show it, the OK Corral type of thing. But a lot of times in these situations, these working class black men are already because you so used to people trying to rob you and all that, because you got a nice car and you just stuff like that. So long story short, when I see this black dude pull out his gun and actually stop this criminal, I'm not surprised. But a brother like this, my whole point is a brother like this will go in the supermarket or go out in public and people will be looking at you like you're the criminal. You know what I'm saying? And you just a regular working class black dude. Because I get it all the time. Because I walk in the store looking like Mr. T, and they just be like, listen, when I walk in the store, right? I know I don't you can't tell how big I am on camera right here, but when I walk in the store, for some reason, like white people are like this. Like I'm with my grandmom, and listen, I'm with my grandmom in the store the other day, right? And I'm going to grab some butter. And this white lady she just looks over her shoulder like the way she looks over her shoulder, I'm like, damn, I'm just going to get the butter. My grandmom she's in a little riding cart, like right behind me. So a lot of times we get the short end of that. You know what I mean? Now I know y'all want to hear it. I seen a couple. You could tell when you're doing these lives, you could tell when people don't want to hear nothing, because I could see the people logging on and logging off. A lot of y'all don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. I bet you the white people
Video
logged
later
off.
captured a crowd corralling Gilly until authorities came. Investigators say
See?
all 11 victims survived. Gillies pleaded not guilty to assault and terrorism charges. Court records show he has a history.
So I walk in the store to get butter. Everybody's following me around. And then this is the dude going around the store stabbing everybody randomly. See what I'm saying?
Of mental health issues. Tonight, investigators releasing these photos showing blood in the
Damn.
pharmacy produce section near a display of Oreos.
Damn, I wouldn't eat no Oreos out of there no more for a while. Listen, Oreos got about a year. But let me go to that. Damn. Let me go back, because I don't think I was on the right screen. I'm going to go back a little bit so y'all can see this. Let me go back. My fault. I'll show you what I'm looking at.
It's when he was attacked.
I thought I was being punched. And after the third one, I noticed that, okay, this isn't a punch. I'm being stabbed.
As a dad, as you're being stabbed, are you just thinking about your kids there?
Really, the only thing that was on my mind when I was being stabbed, it's like, is my wife safe and are my kids safe? And I knew that I was shielding them.
Gilly, moments later, seen running to the parking lot, attacking this woman from behind.
Damn.
Cell phone video later captured a crowd corralling Gilly until authorities came. Investigators say all 11 victims survived. Gillies pleaded not guilty to assault and terrorism charges. Court records show he has a history of mental health issues. Tonight, investigators releasing these photos showing blood in the pharmacy produce section near a display of Oreos. The chilling aftermath of a
Damn.
terrifying attack. Maggie Vespa, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking.
Yo, so listen. The moral of the story is you're going to have to take your gun everywhere. Your legal license to carry. Especially when you go in these counties. I'm going to tell you the thing about it, right? When you suburbs versus the hood, right? Or inner city, whatever you want to call it, right? When you go in the suburbs, you always look around, because it's like these like political terrorists. You know what I'm saying? Like they do stuff politically. Like they think that you're a Trump supporter or not a Trump supporter, vice versa. Like radicals on either side, and they go around and do random stuff to people. You got to look out for that. When you go in the hood, you just looking to see if somebody's gonna rob the whole store. I'm gonna be honest with you, because ain't nobody just coming in stabbing random people with no altercation. Now, if it's an altercation, words exchange, or somebody sees somebody that they had got a problem with in the past, those two things are always the reasons people shoot up clubs and stuff like that, like a pre-altercation. But this random stuff, it just really happens in black neighborhoods, yo. Like this dude was just going around. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, when I said rarely, because when you see people shooting at each other, these people seen each other before. You know what I mean? Now, one is not better than the other, but if you want to pay attention to everything, like what I want to say, if you want to pay attention to the nuances or whatever of what's actually going on out here, like when you go in like predominantly black neighborhoods, that random type of thing doesn't really happen like that. Preppy girl, what's up with you? Now, she says, I'm originally from Camden. I grew up with the guard all the time. I grew up on guard all the time. I appreciate now being able to. So, you're in North Carolina. You're not in Camden. You're not in New Jersey no more. So she says, I appreciate having a license. Yeah, like Jersey is so, because I remember you telling me you were from Jersey before. You told me about the National Guard shutting down Camden back in the day. So when you go down south, you could carry your firearm. Pennsylvania, North Carolina is a reciprocal state of Pennsylvania. So I can actually, if I go to North Carolina, I'm about to say when I go to North Carolina, I can actually carry my gun in North Carolina because it's a reciprocal state to Pennsylvania. But double check South Carolina, because when I go through South Carolina, my gun has to be separated in separation mode, like no nothing in the chamber, nothing. You can't ride through South Carolina with a Pennsylvania driver's license with the gun loaded. So I don't know about North Carolina's reciprocal laws for South Carolina, but make sure you check South Carolina, North Carolina's gun reciprocal laws, and make sure you could, like, if you going to Atlanta or something like that, or you going like 85 South, make sure that you can carry a gun through South Carolina, right? And then make sure Virginia's on there too, because either you might go through either state. So it says, yes, open carry in North Carolina is all the time. Yeah, but if you drive through South Carolina or you go through Virginia, like if you drive out of North Carolina, make sure you can carry a gun through those states. Like double check that before you get pulled over. You know what I mean? But yeah, North Carolina is the South. Now when you go to Georgia, now, you don't even have to have a license to carry. Like when you go to Georgia, back in the day, I moved to I think it was 08. I was down in Atlanta for a little bit. You had to have a license to carry down there. But now they made it like in Georgia where as long as you're just not a criminal, if you're able to buy a gun, you can carry a gun in Georgia. But double check that, because they changed that, every time it's a new president, and they change that all the time, but just double check that. But shout out to Preppy Girl. But it's definitely serious out here. But yeah, when it just seems like it's a lot of people pick gathering, like these crazy people, they pick a lot of let me put this back on the screen. Like they pick a lot of parties, large gatherings, stores, supermarkets. These crazy people seem to be picking a lot of these things to do stuff in now. And it's crazy. They're picking a lot of these things to actually do stuff in. And it's you don't even, like I said, today, I took my grandma to the supermarket today. And it's a shame that my grandma knows this. I ride around strapped with because we're in Philly. I'm strapped when I went with my grandma. I don't have no criminal record, nothing. I'm a regular dude. And you're a regular dude, and you got to ride around in the car with your grandma with the gun, and she know I got it. She damn near might be like, I know you got your gun on you. It's a shame, you know what I mean? Just to take your grandma to the supermarket, you gotta have a gun on you, and that's real. Now, just when you think it couldn't get any more diabolical, look at what happened in Seattle here. So it's going to keep getting more and more diabolical today. Now, what's crazy? What's today? Tuesday? This is just Tuesday. Terrible Tuesdays. So this is Terrible Tuesdays for real. You know what I'm saying? Check this video out.
Camera, new video this morning showing the moments before and after a shooting along the Seattle waterfront. Take a look here. This happened on July 31st around 4 p.m. Seattle police say the suspect, 32-year-old Gregory Tim, is charged with first-degree assault. They say that Tim approached the victim and grabbed a military patch from him. The victim accused him of stolen valor and pulled out a knife.
So I'm going to repeat this again. So the guy walked up to this guy to the right in a wheelchair and snatched his military patch from him. Now, the first thing I'm thinking about, was the patch real? Was it fake? But it doesn't matter because it's an assault. It's an assault case. So he walks up to the guy, snatched his military patch from him.
This morning showing the moments before and after a shooting along the Seattle waterfront. Take a look here. This happened on July 31st around 4 p.m. Seattle police say the suspect, 32-year-old Gregory Tim, is charged with first-degree assault. They say that Tim approached the victim and grabbed a military patch from him. The victim accused him of stolen valor and pulled out a knife. And that's when police say Tim grabbed a gun and shot the victim in the chest.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Show me your ID. Fucking gun on me. Pull a fucking gun on me.
Now, the victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Tim is in jail on $750,000 bail. He's expected back in court next Monday.
So what I'm trying to find out is who pulled out the knife and who pulled out the gun. Maybe I'm just a little slow today.
All right, everybody. Show me your ID.
So the dude in the wheelchair pulled out a knife, and this dude pulled out a gun. Now, did the guy die? What are we missing? It's a lot to this story here, right? Let me go back a little bit. Did the guy die or what? They telling half the story here.
On July 31st, around 4 p.m., Seattle police say the suspect, 32-year-old Gregory Tim, is charged with first-degree assault. They say that Tim approached the victim and grabbed a military patch from him. The victim accused him of stolen valor and pulled out a knife, and that's when police say Tim grabbed.
So first-degree assault. So the guy is still alive. So it looks like an older black dude was in a chair, was in a wheelchair. This is in Seattle. Older black dude in a chair with a military patch on. This dude randomly walks up, snatches it off. The dude in the wheelchair pulled out a knife, and then the other guy pulled out a gun and shot the guy in the wheelchair. That's what happened. Super diabolical. Listen, y'all old heads, you gotta take somebody with you. If it's anything I'm gonna get from that, y'all now, especially y'all military old heads. We know that you think that, you know what I'm saying? If you're in a wheelchair, we know you think you Professor Xavier, not to joke on you being in a wheelchair. We know you think you're Superman and, you've been through war and all that, but y'all old heads got to take somebody with you. You got to take a little mini security guard with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm for hire. Young Mr. T. Hire young Mr. T. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a Mr. T with you. Real rap. You know what I'm saying? Take one of your grandkids with you. Because a lot of these dudes prey on the weak when they do this. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Ain't no way in hell I'm pushing my grandpa that was in the military. My grandpa was a Marine. Ain't no way in the hell I'm pushing my grandpa and somebody going to walk up and snatch his patch off. I'll snatch his head off. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. So listen, you gotta take somebody with you. Gotta have a chaperone. I know older people hate because listen, my grandma and my mom don't even like chaperones. They still want to go out in the streets by themselves. So I know y'all hard-headed, but you gotta take somebody with you. And I'm talking to you old heads. You gotta take somebody with you. Damn. I'm going through these news stories. I don't know what to show y'all first. Jesus. So let's go to this next news story right here. It's just more and more diabolical. So, body found at Forest Preserve, believed to be missing. Naperville. That's a lot of Naperville mother, please say. So, body found in Forest Preserve, believed to be missing. Naperville mother. That's hard to say. Naperville. Like it get only like, you know, it mess your nose all up. Naperville. It mess your nose all up. But now I don't want to joke too much because like somebody died right here. So let's not joke too much.
Sinmi Abosede appears to have come to a tragic conclusion, though the DuPage County coroner is still working to identify the remains of the woman found.
The body was discovered in an area of tall grass, steps from a trail on the southwest corner of Springbrook Prairie Forest Preserve. Authorities say the clothing of the dead woman matched what Sinmi Abosede was wearing when she was last seen. Officials in a statement saying, while we believe the individual to be Sinmi, the final confirmation will be made by the DuPage County Coroner's Office. We are deeply saddened by this loss and extend our sincere condolences to the Abosede family. The heartbreaking discovery comes a little more than 2 weeks after the 46-year-old married mother of 4 disappeared while walking near her Naperville home. She had left behind her phone and other personal belongings. Last Friday, her family pleading for help in finding her.
Her love, unwavering faith in God, and devotion to our children have been the foundation of our family. She's a gem of a woman.
Last week, law enforcement officers, along with volunteers and search dogs, scoured the Springbrook Prairie Forest Preserve, but did not find Abosede.
We've also conducted multiple canine tracks, drone operations, and ground searches, and we put out bulletins to police departments nationwide.
Now, days later, that tragic discovery in the same search area. Investigators say at this time, no foul play is suspected.
Messages left for Abosede's family were not returned. The DuPage County coroner tells ABC7 the woman who was found has not been officially identified and her cause of death has not been determined. An autopsy is planned for tomorrow.
Damn. So, that I don't know what they don't know what happened there, but and then right there where that's at, how do you if you're going to go take that little walk in the woods or wherever that was, how do you let somebody know where you're at? You know what I'm saying? You might have to turn on like your iPhone location. But see, this is the thing. When people go out, they don't plan for the worst. So she might not have had that turned on. But that's one of those just unfortunate stories. You know what I'm saying? Condolences to the family. And in all these cases, condolences to the families of, all of these cases right here. But that's crazy. So she just went out and some type of natural causes. They didn't do an autopsy yet, but that's crazy. But definitely let people know where you're going. But I don't know if you live in a rural area like that. How do you let people know where you're going? You know what I'm saying? Now, let's check out what happened in North Carolina. So some type of explosion happened in North Carolina. Let's look at the details. Now, this is in Wilmington, North Carolina. It says, so this is on a gas line in Wilmington, North Carolina. It says North Carolina at the car crashes into gas line. So an explosion happened at the car hit it. Let's actually look at what happened. Now, this is in North Carolina. This is in Wilmington. I think that's where my grandpa is actually from, if I'm not mistaken. So this is in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Into our newsroom here.
Damn.
As first responders are on the scene after a driver plowed into a veterinary clinic over in Wilmington, rupturing a natural gas line, causing a fire and injuring 3 firefighters. That is according to local media.
Jesus.
Wilmington police saying a driver veered off the road and struck.
Look at the low side. Every video, a lot of these videos that I do, it's some type of secret marketing. I mean, not purposely done, but look at the low sign in the background.
the Eastern Carolina Vet Referral Building. That was around 11:30 this morning. But again, all of this video and information just coming into our newsroom. They hit the gas line to the building, and the driver left the scene, we're told, but was quickly apprehended, again, according to local media that was citing the police department. Footage taken by Jordan Branyan, that's what you're seeing right there on your screen, shows moments after the impact. The vet clinic's website states that it would be open for business starting September 15th, so about a month from now. We know that 3 firefighters were injured in the incident, according to police, and officials advise people to stay away from the scene of that active investigation. Again, video there that is very hard to look at, as you can see all of the smoke and the debris that is falling from the sky. Officials there on the scene providing some brief comments here. I do want to play them for you on Live Now from Fox.
Explosion. There were no civilians inside, only fire personnel. Upon the explosion, there was flames showing obviously through the roof, and so we evacuated the building. 3 firefighters were injured during that explosion and evacuation. They have since been taken to the hospital, 2 with non-life-threatening injuries and 1 with severe injuries to the hands, burn injuries to the hands and arms.
When you first arrived on the scene, what went through your head with all this debris and just everything happening?
Obviously, it's scary, but this is what we train for every day, and so they just kick into gear, right? And they know what they got to do.
Yo, why the reporters always ask dumb questions? He said, "What went through your head when you seen all this debris? Like, what are they supposed to say?"
And they're here. We're here to make sure
crazy.
that
That's crazy camera work. Look like confetti.
How do you feel that your firefighters, your team responded in this manner? Did they do a good job? Absolutely. We train every day to make sure that we're ready for something at this level, and so absolutely they did a great job. They're still actively doing a great job. The gas has been shut off at this point, which is what you were hearing earlier, that loud hissing noise. The gas has been shut off. We just still got a couple hot spots we're hitting on, but at this point we're sitting a lot better than we were about an hour ago.
Do you have an estimation how long this road will be closed at all?
I don't have any idea at this point.
Can you talk about, this isn't your normal house fire, things that you guys respond to?
So, yo, the person in the car, they must have hit the gas line and then haul ass, and then the explosion happened, because the person is not dead or anything like that.
And having to take on something that challenges, I guess, the building so large like this.
Sure, a building this size definitely presents more challenges. We need more manpower, you need more resources, and so we're fortunate to have partners like PD and New Hanover County Fire and EM and EMS to be able to be here and show some real force against this obstacle.
Yo, look at the debris that's flying everywhere. That's crazy.
Yeah, obviously, it's a relief when there are no civilians involved. Absolutely, yes.
Was this the Eastern Carolina Vet Road?
Yes.
It were signs of impairment on the driver. There was evidence that would lead one to believe that the driver was impaired. The North Carolina Highway Patrol is helping us out right now with evaluating that driver, just because, as Ms. Thurston's pointed out here, this is an extensive manpower operation. So this is a perfect case in point of.
Now, basically, some drunk driver hit a gas line and it exploded. That's what happened there. Now, the crazy thing about this is that if the guy's not impaired, then what? Because you can say, yo, I sped out of control and I hit a gas line and I haul ass because I didn't want to blow up. That would be the alibi, but nobody died right here at least. So we'll start right there. But just to look at that is crazy. Just to look at something exploding is always wild. Pause. That's what she said. Let me see something. So listen, we're going to go to some gang activity. We got gang activity right here. So it says 40 MS-13 gang members arrested in Long Island ICE crackdown. So this is in Long Island. So let's see. It says 40 of them.
Thank you very much. We are honored to be here with our law enforcement professionals, both in Nassau County and our federal partners, to announce that we have had a very, very important, sweeping pickup of people that were dangerous to our community and the whole region, not just Nassau County. We want to send a clear message that gang activity in Nassau County.
Yo, I'm not going to play a lot of this, right? Something just ran through my mind, right? I'm going to tell you what just ran through my mind. When you look at the news right now, right, you see a lot of arrest in LA, arresting of gang members. Now, Donald Trump is president. Illegal aliens. ICE is cracking down on illegal gang members, such as MS-13, which is on the screen right here. What about the mob? You don't hear nothing about the mob anymore. And you know that the mob still exists in the United States. You don't hear, notice everything. Notice the mob is hush hush right now. And I know for a fact the mob exists. Facts. You don't hear nothing about them cracking down on the mob no more on the news. That's how you know these political agendas are political agendas. Immigration, ICE, deport this person, deport that person, because the mob is pretty much American right now. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear nothing about the mob anymore. And the mob is still active, especially in Philly, Jersey, New York, and Boston. But it's all hush hush. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear none of these political people talking about the mob. You don't hear the cops reporting anything on the mob. That's because they are the mob. So all of these political people are the mob to me, because look, the cops, the politicians, all they keep talking about is it like people from other countries doing stuff. Well, we know damn well y'all are crooked too. You know what I'm saying? But I think they do a lot. They want to, the politicians, they want to talk about immigration and stuff like that because it helps their campaign and it helps them get votes. They're not truly trying to get rid of crime and corruption in the United States because they don't even talk about the mob no more. You know what I mean? And you know the mob is making it happen. It's not 40 MS-13 gang members.
It will not be tolerated. You're not going to poison our children with your evil works and your evil doings here in Nassau County. So to that end, Commissioner Ryder.
Yo, it's hypocritical. It's hypocritical to me, right? That you think that just these 40 MS-13 gang members are bringing drugs and doing illegal activity, and they're just damaging the community. When you got the mob with number houses, all type of stuff, they might be buying the drugs off of these dudes. You see what I'm saying?
District Attorney Ann Donnelly, our federal partners in ICE, we got together over the last week and we had a very intensive search for people who were involved in gang activity and committing crimes. We're talking about people who have been in gangs for quite some time. They've engaged in illegal activity, including attempted murder, rape.
So you mean to tell me that the mob isn't in on all of that?
All kinds of
But see, we know the mob isn't black or Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So the mob is not black or Mexican.
felonies, including human trafficking of women and young girls. This is something that is despicable and will not be tolerated here in Nassau County. We in Nassau County are grateful for the federal partnership that we have with the ICE, FBI, DEA, and other agencies. As a result, we are a safer community. Our crime numbers are way down. But again,
see, anytime they talk about numbers is all political. So anytime they introduce numbers in the conversation, it's all political. Now I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna stop that one right there. Because they're on it, they picked that topic. You don't listen, you don't never hear Donald Trump talk about the New York mob. So repeat that again. Being that Donald Trump is from New York, you never hear him talk about the mob. That's why I don't believe none of these politicians. I don't believe none of them. They never talk about the mob. And we know listen, us being in Philly, we know for a fact the mob still exists. They never talk about the mob because they are the mob and they're ran by the mob. I'm just dropping facts on you. They never talk about the mob. Now, speaking of the mob, let's see what happened at this Target. Target is laying off hundreds of employees. Excuse me, some water. So let's go into some business, right? I'm tired of talking about killers, scammers, and drug dealers, right? So let's go into some professional crooks. Let's see what Target is doing right now. So let's go into some business, the professional crooks.
Village warehouse. An internal investigation found hundreds of team members violated the company's ethics policy. A Block Club Chicago report says it stems from the company's medical loan program. It gave out loans of more than $3,000 to cover expenses. However, a glitch allowed workers to pay just $50 of that loan and get the remaining balance erased. Up to 700 employees may have been fired, with that mistake costing the company roughly $1 million. Target told us there are now measures in place to prevent that from happening again. They've also taken action to make sure there's no disruption to business.
So that's some back office stuff that happened at Target. So that's basically Target. Now, let me tell you a story about Target, right? Now, I can actually tell this story now. I couldn't tell this story before, right? So let me put Target on the screen. I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you a story about Target. Let me go back, get my visuals right.
Found hundreds of team members at its to pay just $50 of that loan.
So I'm gonna put this on the screen right now. I had a family member working at Target, right, in Philadelphia, right? So I had a family member working at Target. Now she was working in HR, which means she was responsible for hiring people, right? Upper management told her not to hire any more black people. So I'll repeat that again. I had a family member. She's no longer at Target, but she was in upper management at Target in Philadelphia. Upper management told her not to hire any more black people. Otherwise, they had to diversify who they hire. Now, this Target is in a black neighborhood, so you're going to have mostly black applicants. Upper management told her, don't hire any more black people. Crazy, right? And that's a true story. Now, I could not tell that story while she was working there. She's not in no more. She's not in Target no more. She's in a better place. Let's just say that. She's definitely in a better place than that Target. But Target got some stuff with them. That's long story short. These Targets have some stuff with them. Now, that family member was working in Target. They told her not to hire any more black people. That was crazy. Now, I had a situation similar to that, but I hired whoever was going to make me money. I was a sales manager, but they asked me about hiring too many black people too. But I'm like, so you want me to turn? My thing about that is, you want me to turn down if I got 10 black dudes, right? Well, let me load this up. Then I'm gonna tell you about that. Let me see something. Then we going back to the robbers. It's got a rob story. More people robbing people. But let me tell you this story first. So I had I had a situation similar to the situation I just told you about a family member. I was a district manager / general. I was a sales manager, right? And I could hire who I wanted. I can hire who I want to, right? I get paid off of what you sell. So I do not care what color you are, what race. I don't care as long as you can sell, right? My company headquarters was in Texas, right? So the HR department, they sending me random interviews that they got, right? If I have 10 black dudes, if you send me interviews with 10 black dudes and you tell me I gotta fill 3 positions and I got all black dudes, 3 of those black dudes are going to get hired. If I got all black applicants, I'm going to pick out of 10 black dudes, I'm going to pick the best 3 and hire them. I am not going to turn down all 10. They want to. So what do you want us to do in those positions? You want us to turn down all 10 black people and wait for one white person, one woman, one other race to apply? No. If you send me 10 black dudes and I need to staff a store immediately, and that's the point. If I need to staff a store immediately and you send me 10 black dudes, three of those positions are going to be all black dudes. I'm going to pick the best person who interviewed for the job. These companies want you to wait and see if you can bring in somebody a different color. Meanwhile, somebody that may be more qualified with them that was on the 8 ball applying right now could have the job, but you want me to preserve the job on some reverse DEI hires type stuff, either DEI or reverse DEI. To me, it's all in the way. I want to hire who I want to hire that's going to make me money right now because it was a sales manager position. So you're not going to tell me who I can effectively hire. You know what I'm saying? And that when you're dealing with companies like Target, that's what she was dealing with. They told her not to. They wanted to wait, like reverse DEI, wait for a white person to apply. So don't hire no more black people. Wait for a woman, wait for a white person, as long as it's not a white dude. Like, these companies are all bad. It's all bad. In the sales job, sales is a little bit different. Sales is called show me the money. We don't care what they look like if they could sell. We don't care if you got all niggas. If you got all niggas and all them niggas can sell, they're not going to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I had because that's all who applied. You know what I'm saying? Now, I had a young sister on my team, right? I had a young sister on my team, but she was better than some of the dudes that applied. And she came in, even when she was pregnant, she was selling her ass off. Now we were doing sales. So the pregnant lady, she got pregnant later after she started. But even while she was pregnant, she still was selling. So I didn't care if it was a female or not. She still was selling her ass off. If she's saying this, shout out to you. You know what I mean? She ever sees this, shout out to you. You know what I'm talking about. She came in selling, wheeling and dealing, closing deals. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to do this last story. And speaking of, you need to get your license to carry out here, because it's you versus them. And the cops ain't going to do nothing until after what's done is done. So I repeat that again. The cops are not going to save you until what's done is done. Now, this actually happened in Houston.
The suspects caught on camera. The victim is speaking exclusively with our Anayeli Ruiz. She joins us from Houston Police Headquarters downtown. Anayeli.
Well, the victim tells us he's disheartened and is sharing his story tonight in hope of making others aware. Tonight's surveillance video shows the moment thieves shatter the glass of Mauricio Torres' truck, and in seconds, they're gone, taking off with thousands of dollars.
Yo fui para el banco, el Wells Fargo, que está en la Mercury, el I-10, el 10, como a las 9:11 de la mañana.
Torres says he went to this Wells Fargo Saturday morning to cash a check.
No sé cómo pudieron saber que yo llegué a retirar dinero y no a depositar.
He believes only the teller knew he was withdrawing cash and that she handed him the envelope.
Me lo puse a la bolsa antes de salir del banco.
Torres says he walked out of the bank with nothing visible in his hands and drove nearly 30.
Bro, don't tell me the teller lined him up. Yo, I think the teller lined him up. That's crazy. How did she line him up that fast? Is this a thing?
18 miles, not once sensing anyone was following him.
Desde que usted llegó y cuando sucedió, ¿como cuánto tiempo pasó?
Eso aproximadamente como unos 15, quizás 20 minutos.
Torres was working on a truck removing a part. They thought the black car belonged to another customer until they heard glass shatter. Torres rushes over, realizing something was up.
Lo alcancé a ver y le grité. Pero ya para cuando yo le grité, él quizás ya había agarrado el dinero.
Torres says he threw a tool at them, but it was too late. The thieves sped off. He ran to his truck and realized they had taken the envelope from the center console. $8,000 gone.
¿Como cuánto trabajo es para usted eso? ¿Cuántas horas o cuántos días de trabajo?
Muchas horas, varias semanas de trabajo. Da coraje porque a uno le cuesta ganar el dinero y se lo.
Yo, I'm gonna stop this because, even though this guy is innocent, you got to be stupid just leaving money out. You didn't even put the money in the glove. You know what I'm saying? So the moral of the story is like, when you go to a bank, beware your surroundings, watch for people following you, and don't leave the money on the seat. That's why I just stopped it, because he left the money on the seat. So you basically gave them an easy target, but that's kind of messed up. But now, do you think the teller lined him up? The teller calling her little thug boyfriend, I just gave this dude $10,000. But I think they were just following my man the whole time, and they took the money off. They took the money off the seat. That's what happened. But listen, I'm gonna shut down shop today. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. This is Terrible Tuesdays. This is the lead story that I started off. Be mindful of daycares you take your children to. Now, this is in Philadelphia, but it doesn't matter whether you're in Philadelphia or not. Be mindful the surroundings that you actually put your kids in. Be mindful neighborhoods that you have your kids in daycare in. The price, you may have to pay a little more for quality, right? So I'll repeat that again. When it comes to taking your kids to daycares, you may have to pay attention to the quality of the daycare. You may have to pay a little bit more money to make sure these are quality people See if you can see the background checks of everybody. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the owner has to go through a background check. Now, I'm going to give you another side story to this. Earlier, maybe a couple weeks ago, I did a story about senior citizen homes having fake employees. So the question I want to ask is, do you think all of these daycare centers have not real employees and not people who are frauding with other people's names working at the daycare? Because if you don't even have a person that is qualified legally to be around children, you definitely don't want them to be around your kids in the daycare. Now, this lady right here should go to jail, because we got you live on camera dragging a 6-year-old little girl. The picture's on the screen. So this lady right here, when it comes to the lady right here, this lady is definitely Chucky vibes, or if you want to call her Chiquita, no bananas, pause. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is your boy Post. You're tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We are now streaming on 3 different platforms: YouTube, X, and Kick. So I'm streaming on 3 different platforms: YouTube, X, and Kick. Now, none of these stories are meant to sensationalize or expose victims. This is all for entertainment and awareness. So my platform, hoodactionnews.com, is for entertainment and awareness. So don't take anything too serious, but the awareness part of it definitely take serious, because this lady right here that's going to pop up in 2 seconds, Miss Chiquita right there, Chiquita no banana, her ass is going to jail, because you can see the picture right there. And if you want to see the full video, you can Google it and check it out. But she's definitely Chucky. Now, it's your boy Post. Like, share, subscribe. I'm Izzo.
Baby, I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman, baby. Baby, I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman, baby. Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Listen, baby, I'm still icy. Heart don't work cause my ex so shicey. Listen, baby, I'm still icy. Heart don't work cause my ex so shicey. Listen, baby, I'm still icy. Heart don't work cause my ex so shicey. Listen, baby, I'm still icy. Heart don't work cause my ex so shicey. Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Baby, I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman, baby. Baby, I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman, baby.